Harry here, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Naruto Was a Reincarnation of Doflamingo Part 4. Yes, I'm gonna do Part 4 for this. What if, and yeah. Now, let me do a recap, because the last time I uploaded this was like a month ago. So yeah, so, Naruto. He is on a team called Team 13, or I don't think I ever gave a number. So it's just called Team 13. Or Team, not 13, 15. You know, square. I don't know. It contains of Naruto, who is named Doflamingo. His brother, Rosono, Donquixote. Well, Donquixote Rosono. So yeah. Someone named, Cyrena, Kitsune? Basically, Kitsune just means blood in Japanese, but yeah. And her father named, Roson. So yeah, Roson. Kitsune. So, of course, they are on Team 15. Naruto, he does have his devil fruit, the, string no mi, or I should really call it the Ite no mi. Of course, his brother also has his devil fruit called the Sane no mi, but they're reincarnations, so they don't really have that whole curse effect of the devil fruit, so yeah. Of course, we go into what's it called, Cyrena, who actually has, I think that's what I call her. Yeah, Cyrena. I don't remember what I call her. Cyrena, who is able to use blood manipulation as her one of her Kenkais from her father's side, and her mother's side is able to use Yuki style. So basically, Hydroton. So yeah. Of course, let me do the recap on what's happened. So, Naruto. He and what's called Cyrena did train in the training ground when it was a day off. Menma did find a boy named Travis. No, not Travis. What am I fucking hell? So a little kid that Menma named Trafalgar D Law. So yeah, that is the kid's name. So it's basically just Law, and he is gonna be the reincarnation of Law, somewhat. He's gonna be able to have the abilities of Law. So yeah. Now, Naruto and, of course, Menma. Menma is 6'1". Well, not 6'1". He is 6. And, of course, Naruto is, well, 6'2". He's a little bit taller than Menma. Cyrena is actually, what's called also the height of, well, 5'11". So she's a little bit taller than, well, not taller. She's a little bit taller than most girls. So, yeah. But she's kind of shorter than what's called Naruto, since Naruto's 6'2". That's what I think I mentioned last time. So, of course, this is where what's called. They had a C rank mission to go what's called kill some what's called bandits, and then there's another C rank mission that needed help because Team 7 got what's called into a fight with Zabuza and Kakashi's her. So yeah, with that happening, I left that off there. So yeah. We go into what's called Team 15 going straight for what's it called? The Land of Waves. So, when Naruto and everyone else are going to the Land of Waves, this is where Naruto thought of it being much faster and using his string no mi. So, his string no mi, he can actually either make it into be very, very sharp or be very, very, not sharp. So, kind of dull. So, of course, this is where Naruto, he started using Ito no mi to kind of just grab what's called his team and use his other hand with the strings to kind of start swinging from the clouds to be way faster. So think of it like Spider-Man. He kind of can connect his, his strings to the clouds. He only figured this out one time when he was just thinking, that fucking cloud's annoying me. Man, I wish I could just use my strings. Just move it. Because, well, it was about it looks like it was not about rain, but Naruto, he just didn't like the sun just hitting him right in the fucking face, so he grabbed one of the clouds and just moved it towards him, which he figured out he can do. Well, not figure out how he can do, he couldn't move it, but he could like swing from it, which he was confused, but yeah, he thought of it being way faster than just running. So yeah, he's just doing that, and of course, Sirena is kind of screaming because she doesn't like going in high places. Rosano is kind of stoic, but then he's like, "Holy shit, we are like swinging from clouds." Of course, is where what's called Rosana. Not Rosana. Rasenit. Basically, what's it called? Doflamingo's younger brother, so Menma. He is kind of just also kind of scared from like going from heights and all that. But then again, he somehow got a memory that he was also on a high building one time. So yeah. So with that happening, we go into Naruto. Naruto managed to get to the land of waves, and of course they land down safely because yeah, Naruto isn't just gonna let them plop to the ground. So yeah, of course after that, Sirena just slapped the shit out of Naruto because she was scared the hell out of her fucking mind. So yeah, Naruto says, "Ow, why?" Sirena says, "Because you didn't tell us anything before you done it." Naruto says, "I mean, we're here faster." So yeah, Kakashi still fought against Zabuza and still got kind of his ass whooped. So yeah. So we go into what's it called, Team 7. Well, Team 15 go into Team 7. They found the house of what's it called, Tazuna, and they knocked, and of course Tazuna opened the door and says, can I help you?" Well, Rosano, not Rosanante, so not Naruto's brother, but Rosano. He says, is Team 7 here? A guy with gray hair and all that. And Tazuna says, "You must be the backup." Yes, they're here. Rosano nodded. Of course, this is where they walk in, and of course, Naruto sees Sasuke, Sakura, and some dude named Sai. So yeah, of course, this is where Kakashi's hurt. Well, not hurt, he's out of chakra. So yeah. Sorry. Sorry for yawning, but yeah. Of course, this is where what's called. Well, Rosano had to train what's called. Well, not train. He was just protecting what's called. We do a time skip of 2 days, protecting what's called Tazuna in the bridge. Since what's called Kakashi's knocked out for 2 days, and right now Kakashi's training his team for what's called tree climbing. Now he also wanted to train what's called Naruto and Menma because, well, it's not on his team, but they already know how to tree climb and water walk. Rosano already on his game. Rosano trained his team on how to use those things. And Naruto really doesn't need to climb trees when he can just cut the tree down and done. No, I'm just kidding, but really he can just use the strings to kind of just swing from things. Like Spider-Man. But yeah. Of course, what's it called? This is where Sasuke tries to fight against Naruto. Naruto uses Armament Hawking and kicks him to the wall. Sasuke comes out of nowhere and starts complaining. Naruto slaps the shit out of her. "Shut the fuck up, pink bitch." Yeah, that's what Naruto said. So, this is where Naruto does not care. And yeah, of course, Irina just doesn't care neither because the girl is a fangirl and Irina's not a fangirl. She doesn't care about the Uchiha, so yeah. Of course, Menma, he is still kind of tired and sleeping because, well, that's the best thing he can do with, well, not dealing with the Uchiha and all that. Of course, he sees Sai kind of just staring at him creepily. And, well, Menma is getting creepy vibes from Sai. And this is where Menma just says, what are you looking at? Sai just kind of creepily smile and all that. And this is where Menma just says, "You are giving me creepy vibes." Menma just said that freaking out loud. And of course, this is where, well, Naruto stood right in front of what they call Sai and said, "Are you giving my brother creepy vibes?" Sai said, not exactly. That's where Naruto stood right in front of him and says, "Okay, listen up, Donzo follower. I know one thing about the Root Ombus. First of all, if you and your fucking Root Ombu organization decide to go after me, I'm about to rip every single fucking person in that fucking organization, even Donzo. I will murder every single person in that goddamn organization and send you straight to hell." This is where Sai kind of widens his eyes, and then he feels like his pressure just like like bloodless, but it's not even bloodless. It's Naruto using Conqueror's Haki on Sai. And of course Sai gets scared because he is seeing Naruto being terrifying as hell. So yeah. Now that's one thing that Naruto has a bucket list to do. Destroy the root Anbu organization and all that. Even Don, so he just doesn't give a fuck. So yeah. Now we go into what's called well, a week time skip. So Naruto overslept still, and of course, well, he did oversleep. And well, bandits did kind of came in and all that, tried to like take Tatsumi and Inari. And of course, Naruto appeared and saves Tai and kills them both with using just 2 of his strings. So yeah, they cut them to pieces. Inari's impressed, but he's still kind of scared of Naruto because one time Inari tried to just say, "You guys aren't nothing," then Naruto used Conqueror, so I could knock his ass out to make him pee and knocked out. So yeah, Naruto never cared. So Naruto says, "Go somewhere and hide. Leave me alone." Naruto's now running. Well, not even running. He's right now kind of. Well, he is running. He's running in full speed to get to what's called the bridge. So, of course, his brother did wake up earlier. So, yeah. Now, Sasuke is right now with Sai kind of fighting in the domain of like the ice thing. And of course, Haku is right now using her well, not her senbons, his senbons, okay, to try to pierce through what's called Sai and Sasuke, and kind of like kill them. And of course, when Naruto gets there, he sees the ice mirrors. He ignores it. He doesn't give a fuck. He sees what's called Rasono and what's called Kakashi fight against Zabuza. And yeah, but this is where he sees something strange in the near distance. And of course, well, Naruto says, weird. But then he sees something go towards him really fast. Not towards him, but kind of next to him. He dodges it because he senses it with its observation hockey and says, "What the hell?" This is where, well, Menma and Sairina and also Sasuke's uses as is kind of near what's called Tazuna, kind of protecting him. Well, not kinda. Menma and Sairina are right now protecting what's called Tazuna. Sasuke's being useless as fuck. So yeah. Of course, is where Naruto says, "Who the hell are you?" Another person with a mask appears. Now, this person says, "None of your concern, but I have to go help what to call my leader, but you will be in my way." Naruto says, "In your way? You fucking attack me." So, Naruto has somewhat the personality of what's called Doflamingo, because yeah. And of course, this is the person says, "Well, I'm gonna have to knock you out and then go help Zabuza. You're kinda in my way a little bit." This is where Naruto uses one of his strings to just cut the mask. And he sees a very like beautiful face, and it is actually a girl. Her name is Haki. Well, Haku's younger sister. And she was like, "How?" This is where Naruto uses his Ito Itonomi without the sharpness to kind of just grab Hakin and says, "You just stay there." And this is where Hakin says, "Son of a bitch, I got captured by the enemy." "Okay, you stay there. I don't care what you do." Actually, I'll bring you towards what's called Sairina and Menma. "Hey guys." Sasuke decides to attack him because she thought he was the enemy. Actually, she didn't, but she just wanted to attack Naruto and blame it on the mist that she couldn't see. And Naruto sees Sasuke trying to attack him. Naruto puts armament hawking and slaps his bitch across the fucking, what's called, well, bridge. Now, of course, Asuna is kind of horrified. And this is where Sairina and also what's called Memma says, "What?" Naruto says, "This girl named what is her name?" This is where Hawking says, "Hawking, I just told you." And Naruto says, "Why will you tell me?" And Hawking says, "I don't actually know." "Okay, can you both just look after her? I don't really have things to really care about. I gotta go help you." She should have let the Uchiha and that bastard just die. I'll let them die. I don't really care. This is where Sasuke still gets senbons and all that, and he's right now what's called Sai has to try to protect him and all that. This is where Naruto says, Fine, fuck it. Naruto, he cuts through all the ice mirrors, all the around the domain and all that, the domain of ice mirrors, and they all get cut, except for one, and Haku says, what the? This is where Sai and Sasuke get knocked the fuck out. Naruto says, hello. This is where Haku says, who are you? Passes out. So yeah, Naruto freaking just, like, fucking punch him in the stomach using armor and Hawking, knocking him out. Now, Naruto's going after Zabuza. Zabuza's right now just kind of fighting against what's called Rasono. And, well, Kakashi, he managed to cut what's called Rasono and all that, which is, like, cut him. And Rasono uses his own blood for a weapon to just start attacking, well, Zabuza. Zabuza says, blood manipulation? Damn, this bastard's strong. I won't die here. Kakashi Hatake and, what is her name? Rasono. Naruto appears and says, sup, bitch? Naruto put Armament Hawking in his leg and fucking kicked, like axe kicked, Zabuza straight in the head, fucking knocking him down. Knocking him out. That's where Kakashi says, I gotta finish him. This is where Rasono says, not really, you don't need to finish him. We just have to tie him up. This is where Kakashi says, no, I will. Naruto says, I had enough of your shit, you gray hair fuck. Conquers Hawking. He's knocked out. So yeah, Naruto's having not enough of this shit. He doesn't want to deal with Kakashi or anyone else. Now, this is where it was called. Gato appears, and Zabuza managed to wake up because Naruto really didn't kick him that hard. Zabuza says, you bastard. Of course, the mist dispels, and this is where they see Gato, and Gato says, damn it, why aren't you killing those ninjas? Whatever, I will kill you all, even if I have to kill you, Zabuza, and I will actually take your daughter, Hakin, and the other boy, Haku, and all that. I swear, Zabuza says, I'm not letting you do that. Now, of course, Naruto says, creepy? Yeah, I know what to do. Hey, Rasono. Rasono says, yeah, Naruto? That's where Zabuza says, you're dead meat. This is where Naruto grab him from strings and all that, and just push him back, or pull him back and, like, throw him towards what's called near Haku and Haki and all that. Haku's knocked out. Haki is still awake, and she says, Father, are you okay? And, of course, Zabuza says, you brat. You're not supposed to. I am the one to kill him. This is where Naruto says, yeah, you will kill yourself also, moron. But I will murder them. Conquers Hawking. Knocking out every single person. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. For a second, I just wanted to sing the fucking song of, like, what's it called? Never mind. But, yeah. Naruto just knocked them all out. Of course, this is where Gato, he almost passes out also. But Naruto says, sup, bitch. Multiple strings pierce him through, like, in his arm, other arm, 2 legs, and what's called almost as like a skull. But Naruto's like controlling what's called Gato. So he's able to like control him and all that. Because that's what Doflamingo can use with his Ito no Mi. He can control people and all that. And Naruto just making Gato dance, do stupid shit. Gato is just terrified. He's now a puppet towards this person who's 6 feet, well, 6'2". So yeah, he is tall as hell. Now, Naruto is just making him do stupid shit. That's what Rasono says, so what are you gonna do with him? Cut him into tiny pieces, what do you think? Rasono says, sure, why not? This is where Gato says, please, no, psh. He gets cut into like 4 pieces. And of course, this is where, well, Naruto sees Zabuza. Haku managed to wake up, and Haku tried to like cut the strings and all that. And he can't exactly. He's like, why the fuck can I not cut him? That's where Sairina and Menma doesn't know what to do. Because, well, Zabuza is not really attacking anyone. Hakin is just sitting there, and Haku is trying to cut the, what's called strings with just his bare hands. Which he can't. That's where Naruto appears and says, hello there. This is where Haku says, Senbons! Throws Senbons at Naruto. They don't do jack shit because Naruto grabbed them with strings and cut through them like easily. This is where Rasono says, Zabuza Momochi, right? Zabuza says, what do you want? Nothing much. You can come with us to the village, or we can just let you go. We really don't care what to do. Now, of course, Memma is just talking to Hawking and all that. And of course, Hawking is just saying, oh, yeah, hello there, what's it called, blonde hair kid. Because, yes, Memma does have blonde hair also. Because that's what Rosinante also had. But, yeah, now, Memma is kind of, what's it called, just being friends with Hawking and all that. What kind of says, do you want to be friends? Hawking says, sure. She doesn't really have friends and all that. And so, it'll be the first friend she'll ever have. Well, Menma. And Menma is pretty kind. And Menma, he uses armament hawking to kind of rip off the strings and also from what's called Zabuza's body. And Naruto says, you know I could have done it without you breaking my strings. And this is why Menma says, well, I mean, you didn't let them go faster. So Naruto says, fine, Menma. I can't be mad at you. And of course, this is where, well, Zabuza says, then I will be taking my leave. This is where Hawking, she is right now just talking to Medma and all that, and thanking him a lot for like getting rid of strings and all that, and for not killing her and all that. This is where Medma is being happy, and yeah. This is where Naruto says, interesting. This is where, well, Zabuza says, so, is that offer of going to the village still open? Razono says, yeah? Haku says, Father, wait, are we going to the Leaf Village? Yes, it seems Hawking has made a friend with a Leaf Ninja. So, we're going, because, well, that would just make her sad. And Haku says, yes, my father. Sensei. As well as Zabuza says, you can call me father. Yes, father. So, of course, they are going to the Leaf Village. And, of course, they wake up what's called Team 7. Kakashi did try to Chidori as what's called Zabuza. Naruto, knocked his ass out again. So, yeah. So, when they get to the what's called Leaf Village, they did have what's called Team 7 carried by Naruto. And Naruto, he didn't want to carry Sasuke. So, Sasuke, and Sai. He's kind of burning carrying what's called Kakashi. He's right now dragging Sasuke, and Sai like a fucking bag of potatoes behind him. Because he's just using it Ito no Mi. Of course, not cutting them and all that. But yeah, when he gets when they get to the Leaf Village, Naruto just drops him off somewhere because he doesn't give a fuck. And yeah, now, of course with that happening, they get to Kage Tower, and of course they did tell Hiruzen about Zabuza, this, that, and what happened and all that. And of course, Hiruzen says, fine, Zabuza. So what would you like to be? And Zabuza says, anything if you want me to put anything. I will be even again, I don't care. And this is where Hiruzen says, how about being an Ambu for me? A personal Ambu for me. Zabuza says, sure. And of course, this is where, well, Hiruzen says, you would have to be be under not protection, but mostly be under watch by 3 to 4 Ambus or 5. About a month. But yeah, you will be an Ambu for me, so yeah. And of course, this is where, well, Haku and Hakin are actually going to be on getting teams, but Hakin is actually going to be put on, well, Razono's team. Since, well, Hakin and Haku has Ice Style. And who else has Ice Style? Sairina. So yeah, Haku is a little bit older to even try to be on a team with them. So he's actually going into medical, into a medical ninja, Haku. So yeah. So of course, Hakin actually meets another Yuki and the mother of Sairina. So yeah. Of course, Sairina's mother is right now glad to know that there's other Yuki members and all for the Hydroton and all. So yeah. Of course, Menma is happy to have a friend named Hawking. And yeah, they just talk to each other and all that. And of course, Haken does meet what's it called, Law. And Law does see Menma, Naruto, and Sarina, and he's happy to know they're back alive and all that. So yeah. So with that happening, the what's called tuning exams is going to start, and of course, Rosano did tell Hakin, Sarina, what's called Rosanante, and even Doflamingo, who's Naruto, about the what they call tuning exams. And yeah, of course they all accept to go. So yeah, so they are actually going into what's called the tuning exams. They are walking in and all that, and people aren't really glaring at them or anything like that. And of course, Naruto is just kind of walking towards the car. He sees the door getting blocked from people and all that, and he sees the Genjutsu because he senses it, and he just walks forward upstairs. So they follow Naruto. So when they are going upstairs to the second floor, they see what's it called, a door, but this is where a green hair spandex appears and says, Razanante and Doflamingo, I want to fight you. Naruto says, what? And of course this is where Lee says, let me see what's it called, your power. That's where Naruto says, sure, why not? This is where Rock Lee says, then fight me, and only taijutsu. Naruto says, shit, I don't have that much skills in taijutsu. Whatever. Naruto goes and fights against what's called Rock Lee, and Rock Lee says, then let's see who is the best taijutsu master. And of course, Rock Lee tries to kick at Naruto. Naruto dodges. He's using the Arbitration Haki to dodge all of what's called Lee's attacks, because, well, Arbitration Haki allows the person to see either like the attack before, like the Sharingan and all that, to see the future, but it's not the future. It's not like the Sharingan. But yeah, Naruto's easily dodging the attacks, and this is where Naruto he kicks at Rock Lee with armament Haki. Rock Lee had to block, and he says, "My arms, they hurt." Damn, he's definitely strong. This is where Rock Lee says, "That's it." He rushes at Naruto and says, primary load. Well, what's it called? He tries to kick at Naruto, which he does, and kicks what's called Naruto up. He just let what's called Rock Lee does it, and this is where Rock Lee appears and says, primary lotus. And of course, Naruto was about to hit the ground until Naruto uses Hito no Mi web. What's it called? Spider web strings. So multiple spider web strings appear, and of course they aren't made out of sharp. So Naruto's like making sure they're not sharp enough. And when they hit what's called the strings, Naruto doesn't get hurt, and neither does Rock Lee. Rock Lee says, "What the?" Naruto, he jumps. Well, he kind of what's it called? He makes sure that he angle the webs actually were in an angle for when it's kind of making them go down, instead of like going down and kind of going bounce up, is to kind of bounce sideways to a wall. And of course, is where, well, Rock Lee, since he's behind next to Naruto, he just crashes into the wall. Naruto, he jumps away from Rock Lee and kicks at Rock Lee using armament Haki again. His legs, Rock Lee passes out. Naruto says, "You are pretty good. You are really fast and very good. But still, you are not that strong. So please, don't ever go against me like that." That's where Neji just kind of widened his eyes. He doesn't know what kind of kick a Genkai that was. Naruto got rid of the strings and all that, and, well, Naruto's walking forward towards the, exam room. This is where Neji says, "What is your name?" Naruto says, "Oh, please, pale eye white freak. I'm not telling you my name at all." That's where Neji gets mad and tries to, go use the, Gentle Fist on Naruto. And Naruto, he grabs Neji from the face and smashes him into a wall, sending him the fuck right off. Tenten was about to rush in until Sarina appears, and, well, Sarina and Hakin appears and kind of just throws Senbons at Tenten, and Tenten's legs are right now just full of Senbons. So, of course, she can't move. So, of course, this is where Team 15 does go into the, exam room. And of course, everyone is sending bloodlust at them. That's where, Rocinante is not affected that much. Hakin and also Sairina are not affected. And Naruto, he just feels this like weird like thing just towards him and all that. He also feels it's called Gaara's kind of bloodlust and all that. Now, Naruto has never met Gaara, so he doesn't know about it's called the One Toast and all that. Because, he didn't meet, he did meet Gaara, but it was between what's called. Rocinante kind of was to call playing around with Horuzen's kind of grandson, so it would be Konohamaru and also Law. Law didn't bump into what's called Kankuro, but it was Konohamaru. And of course, this is where Rocinante appears and says, "You're not gonna hurt him." And of course, this is where Kankuro says, "Oh yeah," keeps punching the fucking stomach. Cause Menma doesn't like what's it called, people hurting kids. And he did put Armor Hawk into his punch. This is where he's knocked down. Of course, Tamari was about to attack, but then noticed that Menma is not that bad looking. So yeah, she doesn't really attack, but start trying to flirt towards what's called Menma. And this is where Hawking kind of gets jealous. So yeah. Because even though Menma and Hawking are kind of just friends, she doesn't like other people kind of talking to what's called Menma. And trying to be flirty. So yeah. Hawking doesn't know about much of her feelings, but yeah. Of course, this is where, Gaara says, "You really stop." We gotta get back to the what's called towards what's called the tuning exam. Stop messing around. So yeah, what's called Kankuro and Tamari just like walk away, even though Kankuro was kind of coughing on it. He wasn't knocked out, he was coughing, I meant to say. So yeah, so Naruto actually never met Gaara, but Rocinante did. But this is where Naruto, he sends his Conqueror talking. Boom, everyone's like, people are passing out left and right. This is where the Konoha 9 are actually feeling this, and they're like, holy shit. Kiba passes out. Even Kabuto's having trouble breathing. He's like, what the? Oh, is this? What is this? Passes out. Of course, this is where the Sound 4 are also feeling this goddamn Conqueror's Hawking. And, not Sound 4, just Sound Ninjas, basically Kim, Zakan, and even the guy with the, Gauntlet, are kind of feeling like passing out. Kim does pass out, Zakan also passes out. Some people are actually maintaining this, but they're kind of passing out. Gaara feels this, and he is terrified. He's like, what is this? And this is where Gaara almost passes out. This is where Naruto just stops using Conqueror's Hawking, because he sees that he's knocking out everyone. Everyone's that weak that they get knocked down in an instant. So yeah. So this is where, Naruto just goes sit down. And of course, when Team 7 gets there, they are not meet with what's called Kabuto, because Kabuto's knocked the fuck out. So yeah. Now, of course, with that happening, they are kind of just sitting down, and of course, Ibiki appears and does tell them, we are doing the tuning, it's called the written test. So if anyone cheats, they will be kicked out. So it just goes through, and of course, Sairina does manage to cheat. Hakin also does manage to cheat using their ice style. And of course, Menma just managed to kind of just be very smart, and of course he can actually go to sleep after he wrote down the answers. Naruto, he is extremely of a genius. He uses observation hawking to use the people as what's it called when they're writing down and all. So yeah, he uses observation hawking to kind of copy the somewhat movement of the person what he's writing down, whatever he or she is writing down. But yeah, this is where what's called the Biki say stop. Now it's time for the 11th question. And of course, Naruto is not afraid for this 11th question. He doesn't care. So of course, this is where the 11th question says you all passing. Yeah, what's called Uncle still appears, and this is where Uncle says, all of you go outside. We're going into the Death Forest. So of course, this is where Biki says you didn't really crash the window. Uncle says, yes, I did. Now fuck off. So of course they go into the Death Forest, and of course Anko they explain the whole thing. This is where it was called. Well, kunai was flung towards the called Naruto. Not Naruto this time, but instead Menma. Menma was actually falling asleep. But Naruto did catch the kunai and broke it. This is where everyone saw that, and they're like, holy fuck. Naruto just broke the kunai. And of course this is where Anko says, huh, you're pretty strong, kid. But you know, people are still gonna die, even though you're strong. So, can you really not die by the dangerous creatures that are in there? Naruto says, I don't care what dangerous creatures are in there. Of course, Naruto senses something. Something that was called, well, Horusen does had told him before, like if you feel like someone's watching you, like a snake, and you're to call a rodent or something like that, that is probably Orochimaru. So yeah. Now, this is where Naruto is thinking about that, and this is where Naruto just says, huh, why do I feel like that? Could it be Orochimaru here? So Naruto's just looking around, and he doesn't see anything. So yeah. So Naruto, he is just like, what's it called? Kind of just looking around and just says, very interesting. Until he sees one ninja that had, well, his tongue kind of just licking on it. And Naruto says, I see, so that's Orochimaru. Should I kill him right now, or should I wait until the, Death Forest? Screw it, right now. So Naruto disappears from Uncle's view, and Uncle says, where the hell did that kid went? He appears right in front of Orochimaru, and Naruto says, string. What's it called? Ito no Mi, rainbow color. So, I forgot what it's actually called, but it's like a rainbow color attack and all that. And of course, this is where it hits Orochimaru and cuts him into like 4 pieces without Orochimaru managing to react or anything like that. And Orochimaru says, whoa! This is where Naruto takes off the skin, is basically Orochimaru. And Naruto says, I killed Orochimaru! This is where Uncle says, Orochimaru? This is where everyone goes, oh fuck. And of course the sound ninja says, he killed Orochimaru. Are we still able to do the mission? Because if we just kill Orochimaru, what is the point of even doing the mission? Kabuto sees this and says, no. And Naruto can feel an anger emotion. Everyone else is kind of scared, and since Naruto can kind of sense what's called, observation hawking? No. So he's just like saying, ha, I kill him. So of course, this is where Naruto pops his head into a scroll and just says, well, time for the mission. Not mission. The, what's it called? Shooting exam. You can go ahead, Uncle. Uncle says, sure, kid. Let's go into the Death Forest. Everyone go. And of course, Naruto's team does have a, what's called, Heaven Scroll. And they need a Nerf Scroll. But yeah, this is actually where I'm going to leave it off for part 4. Part 5 will probably be tomorrow. I might be part 5. It may. I don't know. But yeah, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato.